Can you platinum Need for Speed with a single car? So when you hear that question for the first time, your immediate response would be, well, yes, of course you can. It's only when you really start to think about this question is when this question gets a lot more complicated than it actually may seem. Now, as someone who has already platinumed a handful of Need for Speed games, the only Need for Speed game I can actually test this challenge on is Need for Speed Unbound. Now, the trophy difficulty for Need for Speed Unbound will be a 3 out of 10 difficulty. It will require me one playthrough and can take up to 40 hours. Now, getting the Platinum Trophy in a Need for Speed game has never been too difficult, which is why I'm attempting this challenge. Now, additional to this challenge, I'm going to be playing the game on the hardest difficulty. And playing the game on the hardest difficulty will come with its own challenges. Like for instance, I'll have less health than usual, I can only restart events a total of 2 times, and finally, cops and races will be significantly more aggressive and challenging. Now, in order to get things started, we need to buy our very first car. But just before I managed to buy my very first car, I did trigger my first trophy called Fashion Killer for customizing the clothing of my character. Why do male characters always look so goofy, like when it comes to character creators? Now from there I moved on to collect and choose my very first car. Okay, so this is the 3 options I get to choose. I'm thinking of going for this, to be honest. It's either the Dodge or that. I don't want to go for the Lamborghini because I think it's just too I don't know, I feel like it's overpowered. Also, it's the cover car, it's new for this game. This car could also have a new handling model, so I'm gonna go for it. So after completing the first race of the game, we finally managed to get to this game's garage. And this is where we're going to spend a lot of time customizing my one car. And speaking of customization, I did get 2 trophies for customizing certain parts of my car. The first trophy is called Throwing Up Tags, and for this trophy I had to customize my driving effects. I think they updated the game because you can like turn it off. Apparently a lot of people didn't actually like it. I mean, I don't mind it, to be honest. I think this is the one thing I always respected about Need for Speed. They're always willing to try different things, you know. It's like Forza. Throwing up the tags, it's like Forza, I guess. It's like, I don't know, I love Forza, right, as much as the next guy, but like, man, it's the series is getting a bit stale in my opinion. I'm talking about the Horizon series, not Motorsport. And then the second trophy called Cool Whip, which is to apply a custom wrap to my car. This car is gonna go through so much changes, man. I might keep it as standard as possible for now, but then over time we might change the body kit, might put it back to stock, who knows, you know. It's gonna be the one car, Cool Whip, that sure it is. So after customizing my car for a little bit, it was on to continuing the story. And not that long after, I managed to trigger another trophy called Drop the Beat for using a burst nitrous 5 times. Come on! Go! Boost, baby! Yeah! Drop the beat. That's also like a very Midnight Club boost. If you remember from Midnight Club LA, you could like draft someone and then your nitrous gauge thing will like charge up. I don't mind it, I think it's cool. So keep in mind, this is the very first time I'm playing Need for Speed Unbound, and the car that I'm using is not going to be the car I use now until the end of the game. Because after completing a few races, we end up on a very important mission, which is the turning point of the game. And after completing this mission, we get our first story related trophy, which is to complete the prologue. Now the reason why I cannot use the car that I've chosen is because that car actually ends up getting stolen, along with a bunch of other cars as well. My car.
Did she just take the car?
No, idiot. She went to the car wash. Look. So after completing the prologue and watching a few cutscenes, we finally get an option to choose our first car once and for all. Now technically you can say no, you cannot platinum Need for Speed Unbound with a single car. But with that same token, you can also say that the game technically hasn't really started yet. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is gonna be the car, whatever car I buy. This will be the car I'll use throughout my playthrough. Okay, so that was a startup, the prologue basically. We got a 4th Crown Victoria. This is the first time we actually get the option to buy it. Usually it's the police car. Okay, most of these cars are... Ooh, we got the... Okay, damn. Okay, all these cars has been in the previous Need for Speed games like Payback, Heat, Need for Speed 2015. So I don't know if I want to get these cars because I'm pretty familiar with these cars and I'm pretty sure the customization will be pretty similar. It's this or this. I think I made a choice. I'm going for this. Hopefully this was the right decision. Because if it's not, well, I will find out in the long run most likely. But this will be the car I will use now until I see the credits roll. In fact, not even until I see the credits roll, until I see the Platinum Pop. Now that I got the card that I'm actually going to use now until the end of the game, let me explain really quickly on how the general structure of the story is going to go. Now each day of the week has certain events that is needed to be completed to earn some money in this game. Now money in this game is very important because this game is split up into 4 weeks. Now on the Saturday of the first 3 weeks, there is a very important event called a qualifier. Now in order to play in the qualifier, we need a certain amount of money that we need to earn throughout the week in order to have access to that event. And if I win all 3 qualifying events, I'll move on to the final event called the Grand that happens in week 4. And because I'm only going to be using one car, I'm basically restricting myself from earning extra money because each event has a performance restriction. For instance, if I have a car that's built for A class events, I'll only be able to enter A class events with that car, leaving all B class and other events completely untouched. So as I proceeded with week 1, the trophies I've earned throughout this week was just a bunch of miscellaneous trophies. The first trophy I earned during this week was called 100 miles and running, which is to drive a total of 100 miles during story mode. The second trophy called Public Enemy, which is to take down 5 cops during a single session. The third trophy called Most Wanted, where I have to escape a Heat 5 cop chase. Then I got a trophy called Style It Out by completing 10 takeover events. And then not long after that one, I got a trophy called Rebel Without a Pause for completing a total of 30 street races in the story mode. So after week 1 going pretty smoothly and earning more than enough money, I'm finally able to enter the first qualifier. Now the first qualifier event consists of 3 races. And if I complete and win the first qualifier, I'll get a trophy called New Crew. Okay, here we go. I don't know if I have to win all these races, but I'm trying my best. This first guy is always such a rubber bandy. If you put any racing game on the hardest difficulty, then it's always that one guy, the one NPC that just like boosts off into the front. And that's hard difficulty. With 2 Eclipse leading the pack though.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't gon' nah, it ain't gonna work.
Oh no! You missed a checkpoint in the illegal street racing game, and I lost the race because of a checkpoint. If you run out of your restarts and you lose this qualifier event, what happens? I mean, it's something I do not want to find out, but like each week has a secret cutscene. Oh my god, this car's turning like an absolute boat. Okay, second is fine. I just need to become first next run. Okay, I just have to hold this position right now. If this, please don't. Okay, pretty straightforward. Nice. No, well, not straightforward, but boom. First qualifier. Is there gonna be like some sort of secret boss fight afterwards? Drag racing? Pink slips or something? What the hell is that? Is that a Land Rover? It is. New Crew. So with qualifier 1 done and dusted, it is now time to move on to week 2. Now at this point you should have a good idea on how this game operates, because moving on to week 2 was pretty much the same as week 1, where I earned a bunch of miscellaneous trophies, earned enough money to enter the qualifier, which was 50,000, and of course I will get a trophy for completing qualifier 2. Okay, whew. Yeah, look at that shitty ass car. Almost bought that car, by the way. It's just kind of crazy that you can just win it. Oh, it's on. Now I was preparing myself going on to week 3. Week 3 was pretty much identical to week 1 and 2 with a very similar structure. I earned a bunch of miscellaneous trophies and also earned enough money for the qualifier. And yes, you guessed correctly, I did receive another trophy for completing qualifier 3. So here we are on week 4, the final week of the story mode. Now this is the only week where I did not earn a single miscellaneous trophy throughout the week, but I will receive a trophy for completing the Grand, this game's final event and what this game has been building up to since the start of the game. But unlike the qualifiers that happened in week 1, 2 and 3, the Grand is the final event which will require me to have a total of 4 cars, which pretty much throws this entire challenge for this video completely in the bin. Now even though this challenge was a complete fail, I didn't want to actually give up so easily, so I actually came up with a different plan. So I have a smart idea. I bought another 3 more Eclipses and I customized them as I did in the previous weeks. This is like bringing together the Avengers. I mean, technically the challenge already failed. Like, can you platinum Need for Speed with one car? No, you can't. But at this point, I just want to see how far can I play and how much can I do with using, I guess, the Eclipse at this point. And honestly, if I could use this one car, probably would have, but I can't. Okay, here we go. 4 events, 4 cars, 4 classes, all that stuff. Week 1's car, he's kind of slow actually. This is kind of cool. Actually, this is pretty a cool idea to see how far you come. You got so used to using these fast cars, or again, I was using the one car, so technically by now I'm using like, I should be using like McLarens and whatever, Bugattis or whatever the case might be, but and then obviously pulling it back down to like your starter car essentially. So it's a cool kind of race, I guess. Okay, cops is being annoying again. Okay. Get tossed off, loser. Okay, wait, I need to focus up. I'm actually lost. I thought that could break, man. Okay. This is not a good start, man. Okay, I just need to be 6. I don't need to win. I just need to be 6 or 5th or something. I don't need to win. One of them just needs to crash out, man. God, what timing? Okay, everybody just crashed out. What just happened? Wow, the game was like, you can't lose this. We didn't make a game over screen. We need to have the player to win. What an actual stroke of luck. Everybody just crashed out there. Yep, there we go. Finish. Okay. Much better race this time. Less stressful. Moving on to race number 3. This is exactly what I wanted. Going into the last race with still 2 resets. So that way if I mess up, I can still restart. With the contrast between the cars, man, like going from A class to driving an S plus car, so crazy. Look how fast this thing is. Ugh, get out the way. Okay, just stay in front of him, that's all. Just stay in front of him, that's all. Ugh, I need to get back on the road. Okay, okay. Oh my god, this guy's annoying. I'm on turn, where am I going? And I missed the checkpoint. Oh, amazing. What happened to that guy? He's disappeared. He just, I mean, granted, I did like take off, but like he took off as well. Yeah, I'm not winning this one. Yeah, look at, yeah, he's just pulling. Risk of being eliminated. Yeah, it's over. I need to watch out for this guy, Lyric. He just disappears. He just goes supersonic and he just disappears. Nah, what the? That was so. I did not mean to turn so aggressive. The game was like, oh, you want to turn? Turn. There's a solid wall. Just remember that. Okay. I mean, look at the gap I have between the guy behind me and the gap in front of me. What is happening? Is there actually a game over screen in this game? We're about to find out. Game over. Restart the whole game. Imagine. We're about to find out. Oh, the game just ends. That's annoying though. That AI is so dog shit. Eliminated. Return to Friday. It's gonna be like the Friday night at least. It's the Friday. I have to do the whole Friday again. Okay, just end this night. I just picked up a collectible and I got $500. Don't care. Can I just sell a car? Yeah, I'm gonna sell. Yeah, I'm gonna sell this. This is just enough money. 60,000. I'm on a mission now. Take my money again. I'm on a mission now. I'm gonna push. What is that guy's name in the McLaren? Lyric. He's lost. Lyric. I'm gonna push him out as early as possible. I'm gonna like try and spin him out somewhere. Look at Lyric. He's already 4th. He's climbing. How is Lyric 3rd already? Nah, this game is giving him plot armor. Actual main character plot armor. I'm not gonna slow down for him to catch up so I can spin him out. I'm just gonna cost the race. I'm just gonna try and win it. But the next race. Oh, he fell down. He must have crashed. Yes, Lyric is gone. Okay, it should be just like plain sailing, hopefully. Okay, good news. We got Medusa and Yaz in the final race. No sign of Lyric. Oh, Medusa's in a Murcielago. Of course she is. Great. She's in a Murcielago. And I'm still keeping up. Well, Lyric was in a McLaren, whatever. I don't know which one it was, but. And he just disappeared. Oh, you slowed down though. That's kind of nice. Yeah, Lyric was not this easy. Lyric literally just disappeared once he was in front. That was weird. Okay, just need to hold this. I think this is the final stretch. I just need to hold this. Just stay behind, man. Just need to block her. And... boom! Woo! Why was lyrics so difficult? You should not be that difficult. 1 million in rewarded. Yep. Family found. Found family. Man, I'm so backwards right now. So now with the story mode all wrapped up, we can now move over to the multiplayer side of the game. Now starting up multiplayer for the first time is like starting up a brand new game, because you have to create a brand new character and you must also choose a different starting car. However, when I started up the multiplayer for the first time, I was greeted with my first multiplayer trophy called the Collector, which is to own a total of 10 cars in my online garage. Now the reason why this was the first trophy I unlocked is because some of the cars that I unlocked in the single player transferred over into my multiplayer garage. Now this may seem like good news that indicates that my Eclipse also transferred as well. That ended up not being the case unfortunately, which means I'm gonna have to buy the car once again. Now even though I had more than enough money to buy the car in multiplayer, the car was unfortunately locked and the only way to unlock the car was to complete a certain challenge. And that challenge was to complete 10 B tier playlists. So lucky for me, I had a B tier class ready to go so I could start farming this challenge pretty much as soon as possible. Now I tried my best not to trigger any trophy while I didn't have my car with me, but unfortunately I did trigger a trophy called B for my name, which is to win 1 B tier online playlist. So after farming 10 playlists, which took a lot longer than I thought, I was finally able to purchase my car once again. Okay, I got a notification saying that I can now finally buy the car, and there we go. Do you want to use your new car? Do I? Oh man, I know exactly what I'm about to do to this car. So with me finally reuniting with my car in multiplayer, I could finally continue with the multiplayer trophies. Now if you recall earlier, I got a trophy called P for my name, which I had to win a B tier online playlist. Well, there's gonna be very similar trophies to that. We have to win an A tier online playlist, as well as winning an A+, an S, and an S+ online playlist. Now as for the final 2 online trophies, which pretty much triggered back to back. The first one being Mixtape for completing a total of 25 online playlists, and then the second trophy called Full House, which is to complete an online playlist with 7 other players. Now the only way I managed to get 7 other players together in one lobby without boosting was this special event, which gave out extra money and XP. The only downside is I had to use a different car for it. Now the reason why I done this event was because 1, I really wanted to get down with the multiplayer mode, and 2, it's pretty rare to find a full lobby randomly, and 3, I'm really not a fan of creating a boosting session because it takes too long to rely on other players, especially when you have to agree on a date that all 7 other players have to agree on. So with the multiplayer all done, we can now move back to the single player and start doing the cleanup, where I have to collect all the collectibles and complete all the activities. So starting with the collectibles, there's an absolute boatload of them. Now the collectibles are split up into 3 types. The first one are these bears, and there's a total of 100 of them, and if you smash all of them, I'll get a trophy called Bear Champ for smashing all of them. Then up next is the street art, and there's a total of 80 of them across the map, and by collecting all of them, I'll get a trophy called Heaven Spot. And then for the final collectible types are the billboards, and there's a total of 80 billboards across the map, and by smashing all the billboards, I'll get a trophy called Ad Busting. So with collecting all the collectibles, we can now move on with the activities. And there's a total of 4 different type of activities. Now the activities are the drift zone, a speed run, the speed trap, and a long jump. Now completing all drift zone activities with a 3-star, I'll get a trophy called Catch My Drift. By completing all the speedrun activities with a 3-star, I'll get a trophy called In The Zone. Then completing all the speed traps with a 3-star, I'll get a trophy called Caught On Camera. And then finally, by completing all the long jump activities with a 3-star, I'll get a trophy called Frequent Flyer. Now additional to that trophy, I'll get another trophy called Cleaning Up, where I collected all the collectibles and completed all the activities with a 3-star, as well as the platinum. Okay, here we go. I just have to build up a shit ton of speed, and then we can hit this ramp at the end, get the trophy, get the last 2 trophies, and then the platinum. Come on. No, you okay, hopefully no other car like jumps in front of me or turns in front of me. I just have to hit this ramp and then we are done. So close. Here we go. Boom! Oh, what a clean jump. Oh, frequent fly straight into the wall. And she get another one, and then the platinum. Cleaning up, and come on now. The Need for Speed. Damn, we platinumed this game using, well, mostly this one car. Damn.